What's up? Welcome to the Virzi Triplets show. Happy 2024. First guest of the year, comedian Justin Foster, everybody. Justin, thank you so much for coming on. You got a new special coming out. Cheap date.
Yeah.
When is it? When are you releasing it?
Next month.
Next
on
month.
The YouTubes.
February, YouTube.
Yep.
The
newest
brief
streaming
with the
platform
details,
right
but
Yeah, I had to go through my agent to get on there, but we pulled
Yeah.
some strings, and I'm going to be on YouTube, guys.
they give you a big bonus for signing on the platform.
Yeah. Thanks.
We'll just get right into it, right off the bag. This is coming out a couple days after New Year's. Do you have any hot New Year's resolutions?
No, I'd like to do resolutions.
Yeah.
I think because at the end of the year, I just look at all the things I didn't do. I was like, well, now I hate myself.
That is a good point. I mean, I guess if you do have a New Year's resolution, like right now, I'm not drinking. That's the current plan. Even though I did
That's
drink.
what I heard. Yeah.
I did drink on New Year's Day, but that was also just.
And this morning.
Yeah, that was also just. Again, Rob Puglisi will tell you I'm an addict, and that's
An alcoholic. Say it correctly.
No, he said addict, I think. But we're not drinking. The only reason I drank was because I won my fantasy football league.
Right.
Which
Yeah, of course.
was the first time in 15 years. It was a big deal. And I also defied all the odds.
Are you doing dry January?
Outside of drinking on January 1st, yes.
I love those guys.
Were you drinking before you won?
No.
Okay.
We posted on our story about it that I needed 11 yards.
But here's the problem with that, though. If you would have lost, you would be like, I'm only drinking because I lost my fantasy football. There's always a
You
reason.
can ask Alex. I did not drink until the game was completely over. True, but it also was like Mitchell would go, I didn't drink. I'm completely sober. To be like, it's been 2 days. But like,
Yeah.
2 days sober.
I got a buddy who's doing dry January, and he was literally telling me how good he felt not drinking while drinking champagne out of a rocks glass. He's like, just not drinking this month. I just feel so good. I'm like, okay.
I guess there's levels of drinking. I feel like there's casual, just a glass of champagne. I wouldn't consider that
In
drinking.
a rocks glass.
Oh, in a rocks. Well, I don't consider champagne drinking, anyways. I think champagne is like some old, outdated alcohol.
I don't
think it's.
I don't consider champagne drinking. Wine's not drinking.
Yeah.
Beer's not drinking because
No.
it's beer.
Heroin's okay.
The rest are fine. The rest are alcohol. I don't consider champagne alcohol. I really don't.
All right.
It's just. Does your friend need a sponsor?
Yeah. They can drive each other to jail.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Mitchell always goes through these phases. He'll be like, I'm doing sober October, and then 2 weeks in, he's like, okay, well, it's a Thursday, so I'm going to drink, and I'm just having a drinky poo, and that's it.
Outside of those couple drinks,
Right.
whatever. I've been almost a month.
That's good. Almost a month.
Well,
We're on
outside
the
that's not how it
outside of the
works.
times that I've
Well,
drank, it's been almost a month.
been-
as well.
yeah.
Well, I had the one little hiccup on.
But dry January is so unimpressive. It's like the most boring month. Oh, you're not drinking the month that nothing happens?
True. But I would
Do
say
a
it's the
dry
hardest.
4th of July.
I would say that's the hardest because you have nothing else to do but drink.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
It is more fun to drink in the winter months as well.
It is, yeah.
It's cold, it warms
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for.
Let's not go that far.
Your eyes look clear. Your skin looks good. It's been a good 3 days.
I have been 75 days
Yeah.
without drinking.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
There we
day.
go.
I'll tell you what, we've heard about it every single day. I'll tell you that.
Not true.
Every day.
Not true at all. I don't even bring it up.
Sean's favorite thing, if Sean ever does like a diet or if he's ever going through something, it is you don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and it's the most extreme thing anybody's ever done, and you better pay him attention, or you feel like shit.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
It's like if Sean his new thing recently has been I have to spend 45 minutes a day in nature. You don't understand. Sean watched one Gary Brecka video, and now he has to ground every single day.
I'm doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
So I got to be outside for 45 minutes. I got to do my indoor for.
And you know who's really hard on us because we have to hear about it.
I don't say a word. I don't say a word.
It's subtle things. I can tell when you're irritable. I can tell you're irritable. Like, for example, I asked him to move. We had to go pick up a coffee table the other day, and he was irritable because he's like, I still haven't grounded yet. And I could tell that me getting a
I'm
coffee...
not doing caffeine either.
Me getting a coffee
I've been
table...
on caffeine for 3 years.
Why are we doing a coffee table?
Me finding a coffee table for us on Facebook Marketplace, an amazing coffee table, by the way.
True.
And just the fact that Sean had to go out of his way for 10 minutes and help.
I did.
I know, but I could tell you were annoyed.
I hadn't eaten. I was waiting to eat, and then I was going to go outside and do it. But then I went and did the coffee table.
You didn't pick it up like barefoot?
Huh? No.
He should have.
Kill two birds.
He's getting those shoes with the toe holes in them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Go
no,
ahead,
I was
sorry.
gonna say like we watched the grounding thing, and I tried it for like one day, but we live in West Hollywood, so I tried to ground in Plummer Park, which is just like I'm for sure stepping in urine right now, and that was it.
100%. Or
I did it
needle.
for, yeah, exactly. I did it for 5 minutes. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this.
You can't ground in a urban city.
Right,
You really
exactly.
can't.
Yeah. You're like grounding by a tent.
Yeah.
I'll say, thankfully, the park on the Hazeltine over there. It's a nice park. So
Nice
I go
grounding
there.
park?
Yeah, nice grounding park. You know, I
I
feel
can
better.
I really feel centered there. Like I'm 75 days sober. I don't know if I told you. I'm 75 days sober. I really feel grounded in the right by the softball field where the kids play.
The Studio City dirt is better than
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Justin, you just hit 10 years, right?
10 years, baby.
Congratulations, man.
I mean, I
Holy
drank
shit.
this morning, but
It was champagne. It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah, I was in nature. 10 years,
Good God.
December 30th. So
It's my dad's birthday.
yeah, really, yeah. Well, that's why I stopped. Yeah,
He's 65.
Yeah, we went to
So-
school together.
Holy shit.
But that was the a lot of people do like the January 1st thing. And I take a lot of pride that I did December 30th.
Year
Like I was
before.
a little ahead of the curve. Yeah.
Well, you always get the people that go to the gym on the 1st and they start everything over. It's like, you can work out before then. Like it'll be like,
Right.
Christmas to New Year's, like, I'm not doing anything. It's like, but
Right.
you could
You
start.
could.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could
I
start.
mean, I did go on a Pazuki bender during that time.
Do you
know what a Pazuki is?
I don't. I don't know like 9 things you guys have said so far.
A Pazuki, it's a pizza cookie. It's like a skillet cookie. They make it
With ice cream and
ice cream on top. It's like a dessert.
It's just a big
Well,
warm.
yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
It's breakfast.
Yeah, it's just a big warm cookie that they put like ice cream on top of it. BJ's is known for it. A lot of places have it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had like, of the 31 days, I had an ice cream or Pazuki 20 of the 31 days
Okay.
in December.
But it was part of my grounding, okay? I had to go when
Yeah.
I was at the park. I had to eat a Pazuki.
And so
It was
you're
a
like
lot.
an all or nothing guy. It's
Yeah.
like you're all in on
Yes.
extreme and then
Yes.
all out
Yes.
on. Yeah.
I think he's what? What's today? The 8th?
I don't know.
He's doing
Eighth.
carnivore right now.
Yeah. I'm just
you're
immersed.
You got a lot going on.
I got a lot going on.
Don't tell
here.
him that because then he'll make it seem like he has a lot going on, and then we
No,
have to
I'm just-
listen.
oh,
me. Let me just give myself a little pad here.
You just said you were bragging about not drinking for 2 days.
I'm saying that's
big deal.
what. I'm just saying that's what it is. Jeff, how long did it take? How long did the argument?
I mean,
Immediately.
it was just happening when the show started.
We just rolled.
But it's also. Do you have brothers?
I do.
siblings?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We're
so,
not like this.
No.
No.
Are you guys? You don't see him.
Yeah. He lives in a different state. That's
So when
true.
you guys actually hang out, it's like, hey, like you guys actually are like old time friends.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
You guys are like twin. You're not twins either, right?
No. He's like 9 years younger than me or 7 years younger than me.
Okay.
So-
you're
yeah.
the oldest brother.
I'm the oldest. Yeah. yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different dynamic with having an older brother and then hanging with your younger siblings. You're like the role model. You're like his mentor.
It's flipped, actually.
Oh.
He's like the older brother, even though he's not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like every time we go out, because he's very like, I'm a teacher and I
Proper.
work 9 to 5, and then on the weekends I play my
Status
video
quo.
games, and then I'm like, just kind of going raw through life and just trying to figure it out. He's full gray beard, and people. We'll go out. They're like, "Oh, is this your younger brother Justin?" And he loses his mind because I don't dye my beard,
No.
right? And he's
nice.
fully gray because of the stress of just being a teacher in life. And I'm just like, I did fourth wall last week. Life's pretty good. Like I don't have a lot of bills and student loans.
well, then your skin is very good as well.
Oh well, thank
you
you.
have like a very nice skin
Thank you,
routine,
thank you.
so.
Yeah, I'm in nature 75
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
75
It
hours.
helps.
It helps.
helps.
I ground in Studio City.
Yeah.
The sun is better over there. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah. I don't think being a teacher's that hard.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
It's not that hard. I mean, it's only 5 days a week. You know, the hours are the same you grew up with your
Only
Like every job is.
only 5 days. Like you don't even.
I don't get the rocket science
been
thing.
around
It's just
kids?
5 days
Yeah,
a week.
never.
You work.
Kids love
You
me.
work maybe a weekend,
I'm an animal. Okay, listen.
Here's
On a
lot.
podcast that you work 1 hour a week.
and you don't even have to be. You're doing 20. You're doing like 20 minutes of talking.
But
That's
mine's
it.
so like mentally like I have to make people laugh, and it's a huge. You don't understand the intricacies of triplet comedy for anybody out there. It's so extensively difficult. You just don't understand how complex it is.
I guess he's a teacher, like in Texas, so like it's like you can't like you got to. We're gonna take this book away, and then you got to like worry about parents. You got to worry about getting shot.
So even less curriculum to deal with.
That's true. Yeah, there's like
What grade?
he's in high school.
High school. Okay, so here,
Brutal.
what if you had a job, right? If you had a job, just think of it objectively.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm just saying
Okay.
a job.
What is a job?
9 to 5, whatever it is, whatever 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, 8 to 4, whatever it works. You get a break every 50 minutes. For every 50 minutes you work, you get a 10-minute break. And then on top of that,
Wait, who said that?
Wait, where is that?
Who's
He's talking
saying
about
that?
teaching. He's
because
assuming.
teaching, they go through blocks, right? You have a 50-minute block.
Yeah,
of
kids
class,
don't ask
and
questions
then they
after
go to the
class
next
or
class.
anything.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
That's just like
That's just how school works.
you're
right?
still at work though.
No, I know, but I'm saying, you can have a bad 50 minutes. Like, okay, cool, I'm going to decompress for 10 minutes, and then you start it up again.
But
That's
you're
not
still like
objectively bad.
at work though.
I get that. And then
It's
in the
not
middle of
like
it-
if you work at the grocery store, somebody like checks out, and then while the next person's putting their shit on the lane, you can take a break.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I get that. But
Can I? Sean and Alex are anti-teacher apparently. That's
No,
what it seems
I'm
like. pro-teacher. One of my best friends is a teacher, but I just I hear what they do. I'm like, all right, it's not as difficult as triplet comedy. Jeff, can you pull up the rank chip, please?
Yep.
I'm going to show you how difficult it is. And as a comic, Justin, I think, and Jeff, you guys can appreciate. This is what I have to deal with. All right, this is from a couple weekends ago.
this is Bakersfield.
If you're watching on
Is
the
this the
YouTube,
Well?
this is
It
the
is.
Well in
This is the
Bakersfield.
Well.
Yes,
I'm
this
there in
is-
February.
This is what you have to deal with as a triplet comedian. Well, we don't need the volume.
I have like a relationship face. I'm
Look
just
at-
got
look
a
at-
marriage face. I'm gonna sit on my
I'm dealing with a ventriloquist.
So for anybody listening here, I have been.
Were you taking your 10-minute break during this?
I
Yes.
for some reason there's been a couple sets where I've subconsciously
been mimicking.
I've subconsciously mimicked the jokes that my brothers are going to say. He's not mimicking. He's saying them in his head, but he's saying. I'm like making. My voice, my mouth is moving.
Wow.
Did you have it all rehearsed? Did you know what he's about to say?
It's not
Yeah,
all
there's
rehearsed.
someone-
You know,
He's like a
someone-
bad ventriloquist.
It's a bad ventriloquist, and I don't know why. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Yeah. See,
he's trying not to be Jeff Dunham's puppet.
this is
It's the equivalent of like counting on your fingers and like reading and mouthing the word. Like
Right.
Now,
it's
I don't know if you've ever done a show where you have another guy on stage like sandbagging you the entire time. No. He's hinting the jokes to people. Well,
Spoilers.
I like
The audience is looking at him because they don't want to wait for the punchline.
They're like, what is this guy doing? Sometimes the audience doesn't get it, so I have to.
Bakersfield?
Sometimes I have to reinforce the joke.
Mitchell was actually doing it for the deaf person in front of him.
Oh, that's cool.
He was vocal. He was letting them read their lips.
Yeah, I'm helping out the deaf. Yeah, I don't think any teachers have to deal with that. That's pretty tough.
Right.
Again, that's a. It's been 1 or 2 sets I've done that, and
If you guys were teachers, would you guys all be like a teacher for one class at the same time, or how does that work as triplets?
growing up we were always separated. They'd never put us in the same classes growing up.
You'd be
That was-
saying
Really?
now as we're teaching.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
let
they
us.
kept us separated.
They kept us separated because
Oh, I
they knew-
wonder why.
That's weird.
You're only fighting for 2 seconds. It's like, of
I
course.
think I've said this before. The one class that we shared in middle school was me and Sean. We shared a public speaking class, and it was the second day.
Yeah, he missed the second day where they said don't mouth when somebody else is talking.
You were public speaking. He was public mouthing.
Yeah, the speech turned into just a fight.
Yeah.
You always do this. Fuck you. Shut up. Let me do it. No.
Go on, Helen Keller. Get it out. Well, what I was going to say is, so the second day of class, we had a sub, and we were doing intro speeches, right? So it was just like the first speech, you just tell a little bit about yourself. And me and Sean, I'm like, hey, Sean, like, you can do my speech, I'll do your speech. We'll just switch it. That's the only time we ever switch. So Sean does my speech, crushes it, just like acts normal. And then I go on and I just pretend to be as flamboyantly gay as possible. I'm like, hey guys, I'm Sean. I love going like just like that. But the sub didn't know that I wasn't gay.
Of course.
So he couldn't give me, he gave us both A's. But the teacher the next day was like, don't do that shit again. I'm
Right.
like, all right, good to go. I also, same exact class, our teacher made us do, we would get extra credit if we went in front of the class and sang a song.
and you had to like dress
Let
up.
me guess, you were lip syncing?
You had to dress up as a, you had to get in costume or whatever. And I remember I dressed up in like a, I cosplay as being a rapper pretty much. I'm sure it would be canceled now, but it was I'm a hustler. Do you remember I had to do that?
Yeah.
Did you do it as you as him?
I did it as the rapper,
Oh, okay.
and I dressed up in. The only thing I didn't do was
Did you BF?
I did not blackface, but I did everything else but blackface, and yeah, just very cringeworthy.
We
All
would
right.
have preferred you blackfaced for the sake of the story.
He probably would have given me extra credit if I did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Simi Valley for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
Team
were like,
Valley.
I,
Would've made you the
I appreciate the
principal.
commitment.
Yeah.
brother. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, I had in fourth grade, we had to do like presidential speeches, or you had to pick an important figure, and I did Martin Luther King Jr., and I did blackface.
Did you really?
Oh, in fourth grade, yeah. No one said anything.
Does that cancel out though if you're doing something nice?
Oh yeah, no. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's just staying in character," and
Right.
like no one said anything. My mom helped me with it. It was not a.
It was a homage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I cheated on my wife as well. It's just to pay real tribute.
Of course. Yeah, you gotta stay in character.
But no, I did blackface.
I have a dream that white boys will dress up in me in blackface.
They're trying to cancel you, but it's also like civil rights activist Martin Luther. I don't know.
It was more the environment because my mom didn't say anything. No one it wasn't a big. My
What grade was it?
teacher, fourth grade, Miss Gray. Shout out to Miss Gray.
Okay.
No one said anything.
I feel like Mrs. Zellman.
I wore a suit. I wore a suit and everything.
Yeah, I
Mrs.
guess-
Zellman might have said something. She was a little meaner.
I guess parents didn't know back then, right?
No.
Yeah.
It was a different
It was a
time.
different time, boys.
Yeah, it was. I
Different.
think we were 20 years ago. Probably 20 years ago.
More.
More. Wait, 25.
No,
Almost.
for fourth grade. How old are you in fourth grade?
Oh, no,
10?
you're right. Sorry, 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, 20 years ago is fine.
Well, that
Anyways,
was.
Did you ever have blackface growing up?
I did not.
Okay.
And I grew up in Texas, which is surprising. Surprising. I did dresses all the time.
Oh,
My mom wanted a daughter, and she had like 3 boys. And for some reason, I don't know if I subconsciously took that in. So for like Halloween, like 4 years in a row, I was like, "Can I wear a dress again?" And she's like, "All right, we got to knock this off."
Was your dad a fan of that?
It was my dad's dresses.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
No, I don't know what it was just like a thing. Like I would be like wear makeup and wear dresses for Halloween. Like it was like 4 or 5 years in a row. And
How
then
old were you?
I was like 21, 22.
4 years in a row, 21. It sounds like it was just college. That's what it
This
sounds
is
like.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
no,
get
I-
more stage time if it was last
I
year.
know.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I'd be
You
on
would crush
Netflix. No, I never did BF though. Thank God.
Okay. Well, there's enough time.
Well,
Yeah, you
we also
still-
didn't have phones when I grew up, so
That's true, yeah.
This was right
So
before
did
cell
I?
phones took off.
did I?
Oh, I guarantee there's a picture of me in a suit, like smiling outside the classroom with like an American flag.
Can we pull that up for a second?
Yeah.
I
guarantee there's
actually,
somewhere else.
I wanted to look through one of our yearbooks because they have like the students and then they have like a collage of like everything that happened in
course,
the year.
yeah.
I would not be surprised if that's somewhere or smack dab in the middle of the collage.
Right.
I think I have my yearbooks at the apartment. I should check.
Yeah,
check
you
it
definitely
out.
gotta find that.
Did you have a like when we were in high school? We've talked about this that we had a notoriously ugly grade. Did you ever like rank the grades of like the girls you had in like each grade?
Oh, like she's a 10, she's a 1, like that
Like
sort of thing.
yeah, because like for us, we were like. We would go through our grades and like go through the year like, oh, she's hot, whatever, and like our grade had like I think out of the
Maybe 7.
No,
out of the
no,
it was like 700 students and there was like
it was like 35.
there was like 35 and I'm like yeah
Right.
We'll give it to.
Yeah.
but then the other grades were like substantially more.
What would you do? What would you do if you just went back and did it now? Like you went through your year, like, oh, she could.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever did that.
Okay.
No, I never did BF
you go-
or rate middle school kids. No, unfortunately.
Well, we were in middle school.
Did you have a big class, like a big school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, growing up, so I grew up in the city in Dallas, and it was huge. And then we got into some trouble, and so my senior year, we moved out to like the country, and there was like 50 people. I was a really bad student. I think my graduating class had like 200 people, but I didn't know I was going to graduate till like the week before. They basically were like, listen, this school thing is not for you.
Okay.
If you get a job any job, preferably waiting tables, we'll just count that as school credit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I would go in the morning and I would, I'd go to like homeroom for like 30 minutes and then I would just drive to my table waiting job. I think they knew. They're
Yeah.
like, you should start training
So they
now.
just like, don't, no chance.
Right, yeah. Start carrying trays.
That's
Was
some
it-
country shit right there. They're just
Yeah.
like, just get on out of
Right,
here.
yeah,
Bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Don't
Go to
bust the tables,
Applebee's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it because you were like, were you just not like
I did not care.
book smart? Okay.
No, I think now you would probably call it ADD or ADHD.
Probably.
Back then, it was just like I couldn't focus on anything.
Well, also half the shit they teach you is not interesting at all.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
don't give a fuck about obsidian rocks.
Right,
You
I
know?
don't know what
like
it is,
I don't
but yeah,
care.
right. Math class, I didn't care about math. I would literally go in, and I would just fall asleep as soon as I went in. And like the teacher, every day, bless his heart, he would just put the assignment like underneath my body and drool. But I never touched it. I like got a 0 in that class. I just didn't care.
Well, that just sounds like no effort.
Yeah, I did not
Not
care.
ADHD. You're just
We were right. Well, when
lazy.
it was classes going on, I was always like cracking jokes, like trying to make the teachers like hated me. They hated me. I was always like class clown. So I would bomb, and sometimes I would kill. I was just swinging at everything.
Of course.
So kind of like now, but
Were you like a Joe Coy level or what were
no,
you?
I wish I was like Jeff Dunham back then.
People shit all over the Golden Globes were last night. I didn't
Yeah,
really
I saw
watch
it
them.
on Twitter today.
But Twitter
yeah.
blew up on the thing. It was just like Joe Coy sucked, and I'm like, all right, well,
Right.
I didn't think it was that bad. I
Got
nobody-
paid. Who cares?
Nobody gives a fuck about the gold. No, but I don't think anybody cares about any of those awards.
I think the
No.
people watching the Golden Globes don't go watch stand up anyways.
Right.
All the backlash was because he was shitting on his writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that clip.
Well,
Yeah.
he's reading their jokes. It's not his jokes. It's theirs.
Well,
Yeah, but it's also like you're saying them. Like if someone's like, "Hey, say this," I can be like, "Okay," and then not say that.
Do you ever
you know.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, do you ever give someone like a joke and then like they do it and it kills and you're in the back of the room and you're like, "That wrote that."
Literally,
that,
that's
I
what
wrote
do
that."
on careers. What are you talking about? That's literally I write them jokes that crush.
I'm mimicking it because it's the jokes I wrote. I'm making sure they get it correct. I'm making sure they get
He's
it
like a
right.
director.
Sit on my face is my joke. That's definitely my joke.
Do you guys write them all equally or not equally? But who writes the most? Honestly, really?
comes in
Do you,
spurts.
do you concur?
Alex, hold on.
No.
If there's
Alex,
any,
Alex will say any joke no matter what it's
any joke that gets a laugh,
They
Alex
are.
claims is
They're
his.
not.
And
That's
one
'cause
that
they're mine.
bombs
They're
is
not.
not his.
Yeah, my jokes are bomb.
There's been numerous ones that bomb.
Name one.
This is you cannot. This is going to be
Name
a
one-
huge,
name one in the last 2
This is going to
years.
be a huge argument.
In the
Stop.
you don't think you've had a joke bomb in the last 2 years?
No,
Who do you think's the funniest? Rate 1, 2, 3.
it's not.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
I'm the only Joke of the Year nominated writer in this room.
It's going on 8 years now. 8 years he hasn't done
That
anything
annoys
since
him
then.
so much. It's my favorite.
It's just sad. That's all.
That's because you're not a Joke of the Year
This
nominated
is
writer.
not.
That's
This is not. We literally said we were not going to talk about comedy. And then you got into it.
No, back to Joe Coy. The reason they shit on him or whatever, he literally said the jokes you're laughing at are mine and everything else was my writer's. Is pretty much almost verbatim what he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why people trashed him.
Well, they shouldn't do comedy at those things. You know, like Ricky Gervais, like I think he's super funny, but whenever he tries to like poke fun at actors, like it doesn't. Like they have like no sense of humor at all. Like you
Yeah,
should
no.
not do roasty stuff for people that are self-obsessed.
I was going to say, yeah, there's too much ego.
Right.
Like the only time roasting works is like, oh, everybody knows it's lighthearted and fun. Like
Yeah.
those people don't understand that.
Yeah, because they'll like drop like a funny roast you, and they'll just cut to the celebrities who are like mortified.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is like, we didn't sign up for this. I'm an actor. I don't know.
But also, somebody watching, I'd like to see that. I
Yeah,
like to
that's
see
kind of
the
what people
actors.
like to see. I think.
Get taken
You know?
down.
I love it, but it's just
Yeah.
like so cringe when they go to like Jack Nicholson and Robert Downey or Robert De Niro, and they're just like, why is he making fun of me? Like I
De
just
Niro
did a
has no
cool,
sense of
I
humor.
did a cool thing. Like,
Yeah.
why are you guys shitting on me?
It's
But
the
also like
artistes.
that, like if you go to an award show, like yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's like you're in it. You're in the club. You fucking like yes,
Oh,
we
I
can
know.
laugh at ourselves for.
I know.
It's
Like you've
it's
made
dumb
it.
shit. Yeah.
You made $50 million last year. Like you should be able to take a joke, but like they can't.
That's how you know.
Case in point,
Fuck 'em.
what's his name slapping a comedian? Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
insane.
Well,
I mean, bar shows I've done where like people have threatened me and heckled me and like threatened me with violence, but yet at the Oscars, a comedian gets slapped. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Chappelle talked about it in his most recent special.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
It's just the craziest. There's no security. There's nothing.
What's
Yeah.
the craziest thing that's ever happened at one of your
Oh,
shows?
the guy tried to fight me. They had to sneak me out the back.
That's amazing.
They were like in the parking lot, like 5 dudes like waiting for me, and they'd like rush me out the back, put me in a car, put me like down in the back seat, and like drive away.
We're at.
It was in Texas.
That
yeah.
checks out.
Yeah,
So
you know?
weapons are involved.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, you got to go. There's a military guy that tried to fight us who was like waiting for us, and we had to they had to kick him out, and we had to go out the back. It was like it's
I'll
been
tell
a
you
couple
what,
of
these
times.
Drew Lynch shows get crazy. Couple therapy dogs are outside.
I got bit in the leg.
What topic did you talk about that pissed him off?
Well, one, there was a heckler, and
Okay.
we like went after him.
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
like,
Naturally.
made him really mad. One, I think I did something that was probably a little racist, but that was a long time ago.
Join the club.
You know what I mean? You do
BF
some
brothers.
jokes, and everyone's like, we get it. And there's like one guy's like, that's not funny. Especially if you're drinking, you just hear like a thing, you're like, that guy's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then one was like a heckler that we kind of like went after that was like furious, but he was like, I don't know, like some Navy SEAL guy. It was
Hell yeah. Interesting.
it was
Okay.
ugly. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't mind going after hecklers, but if it's one like that where it's like, oh, he could like rip my neck
Well,
off.
we didn't know. We were in hindsight
well, yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but when we started fighting the staff, we were like, all right, maybe we should probably back off this guy.
Yikes.
So we don't really have that problem just because it's always like we're always a group. Like you're trying to fight a group of people. Like
Right.
thankfully for us, if they knew that we would just fight ourselves, all they had to do is just jump in while we're fighting.
Right.
A group,
You know
a group of people. Yeah, you ever heard that thing on Reddit where it's like, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Right.
We're the duck-sized horses.
Right,
type
yeah,
people.
yeah.
100%. It's just like in cartoons, they have that big cloud.
Well, the cloud, it just
You
rolls.
can just come in, and honestly, we'd probably spit ourselves out.
Right.
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're blood.
But yeah, we never really had anybody come after us just because, like I said, yeah, there's three of us, three mics.
We're not that edgy.
Right.
well-
it would literally it would be you guys fighting each other.
yes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that
We
would
have a
be.
couple edgy jokes, but everything we're
Yeah.
playful.
Well, we
We're
don't
not-
get a lot of hecklers just because I think people know we have 3 mics and it's just like,
Yeah, they can't get a word in.
yeah. Yeah, truly. We had one, I think, at the Oaks Tavern that.
Oh yeah, that guy tried to.
The guy he was like threatening to fight us. I'm like, there's 3 of us, dude. Like, we don't give a shit. We'll go.
Yeah.
So, and then also everybody in the bar, like, we knew or like we're and they were like ready to jump the guy too. I'll have to pull it up. I'll have to listen to that.
The dumbest thing is someone threw a chicken wing at one of us one
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's
Which was hilarious.
Yeah, but it's also not.
It was pretty fun. It was some drunk girl in the front, and
I made
that
a
one was an
turban
edgy
joke.
joke.
I made a turban joke, and then she just threw a chicken wing, and I'm like, "Why'd you do that?" She's like, "You said turban." I'm like,
Did you hear
All
the
right.
joke?
Yeah.
"It was a good joke," but
Yeah, he wrote it.
You're gonna hear about it in another 5
Gets
minutes.
it. No, that one I actually didn't write.
Oh,
the
that's
only,
what it
the only thing I'm pissed off about is that I couldn't. The chicken wing fell through the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I otherwise would have eaten it in front of her.
Was
Just
throwing
to-
it back at
just
her.
to prove.
Yeah.
Well, she was right in the front. I could have thrown
No,
it back at her.
that's how you get in trouble.
Jeff, have you had any wild? What's the craziest thing that's happened to you on stage?
Heckler situations.
Just anything.
Buy
Yeah,
a
so
bubble
this
gum in my mouth.
one time, this hot chick with
Let him talk.
fat tits wanted to fuck. And I'm like,
Let 'em talk.
just like wait till after the show. Yeah,
Was that worth it?
yeah.
Yeah. No. I just like bombed really bad one time at a show that was like right after a funeral.
Last week.
Yikes.
No. Yeah. It was
Were
was
they
like
coming? Were they coming from the funeral? Like they were like, this is going to be our comedic relief, and we'll get happy again.
kind of.
Oh no.
So I was supposed to. It was like one of my first times featuring, and so I was like stoked about doing like a full like 30-minute set or whatever. And then and I was getting hotel and all this shit. Oof. It was in Rincon, Georgia. Okay, at a bar called Alibis.
Oh god.
Okay, and when I got there, I was like, hey, I'm here. I was checking into the hotel. I was like, I'm checking in to the hotel, and they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the comedian. And they were like, the comedian's already here. And I was like, I'm the other one, you know? And then then the guy over the desk was like, hey, they had to call the booker guy, and they were like, hey, he wants to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And then when he called, he was like, hey, sorry about the mix up, but show's on, but we're going to delay the show by 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, everything cool? And he's like, yeah, just everybody's going to be coming from a funeral. And I was like, what? So then I get there, and it's just like, there's like a projection of this guy that had died on stage. And it says like Chet, 1978 to yesterday, And then there's this guy on stage singing all these like sad songs. He's got like a guitar up there, and he's like, "Yeah, Chet loved his motorcycle. Huge motorcycle bar, by the way. Like thousands of motorcycles like parked out in front."
Nice.
And and I'm like having a panic attack. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? And the guy that like books the room, he's like, "Hey man, don't worry. I used to do theaters in the 80s. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to clean it up for you. It's going to be real nice, you know?"
Oh no.
So I'm like, okay. And I'm also like, wait, you did theaters in the 80s. Like, what happened? Like, why are you
Why are you doing alibis now?
Yeah, why are you doing this now? So then he so the guy on stage does like a big moment of silence thing. He's like, "All right, everybody, let's have like a moment of silence for Chet. Everybody." And he's like putting his beer up. And it's like a bar, so like people are loud. And he's like, "Hey, everybody, shut the fuck up, Chet." And then it's like dead silent. And then he goes, "All right, everybody, enjoy the show." And then he like leaves. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." And then the guy goes up on stage that was supposed to like, open the show.
Yeah.
He goes, "All right, yeah, I'm going to rip it up there. Don't worry. You got like 15 minutes or so before you have to go up." I'm like, "All right." He goes up there and he goes, "All right, everybody, we got a good show for you guys. Give it up for Jeff Zinasek."
Oh, no.
He just threw me under the bus. And I had an absolute panic attack. And I was like, "Oh my God." And I just ate shit for the entire time.
Like, I'm dying up here, like Chet.
Yeah.
You know the clubs where they have the screen behind you and they put your Instagram on it? It's still the photo of Chet, but they just put your handle at the bottom.
It literally, I thought something was wrong with the spotlight because it kept like going in and out or whatever. Turns out they never turned off the projection of the dead guy. So I was like performing in it.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
The spirit of Chet was
That's
engulfing you.
wild.
I hope you have a video of that.
No.
I have the same. I know you don't want to talk about comedy too much, but I had the same experience, but it was like a kid. It was like, and they didn't turn the projector off, and I was like, "Hey, I have a dog. You guys like dogs?"
Who's on Bumble?
Yeah, dating's hard, huh?
This kid's not.
Not for this chick, but
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
Comedy
wild
boys.
to do that.
That's a rough one. Anything post funeral is.
Right.
I've said that wakes are the easiest crowd, and that is true. I do stand by that.
Wakes and
But
marriages.
after a funeral, that's pre-body going in the ground.
right.
It's also like, it was like scheduling after a funeral. You know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't affiliated with the funeral. It wasn't like, "Hey, everybody, let's wrap it up. Put him in the ground. We got to go to the comedy show."
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. But
Oh, it's just that's where the town was at.
I think
Yeah.
it just so happened to
Right.
be.
well,
the
it's like the guy that died in a motorcycle accident, and he frequented the biker bar where everybody else that had a motorcycle went. So that's obviously where they're going to honor the guy that died.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, that's wild.
And it just so happened that the show was booked that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And then they didn't want to cancel it because they didn't want to give the guy their money back. You
Yeah,
know?
important actually.
yeah. Like, yeah, it's fine.
How much did you get paid for that gig?
Like $100.
Honestly, not bad.
$100, a hotel room, and then like a meal. You know?
That pays better than a lot of the clubs.
That's yeah.
I know.
that is
Sadly,
That's more
sad.
money I've made doing comedy this year.
yeah. There you go. Yikes. Well,
I have a quick question because this is something that's near to our hearts. How did you deal with starting to bald? Because obviously you're bald now.
Well,
well, he
spoilers.
shaves it bald.
I know, but how did you feel when you were going through the process of balding?
Oh, you know what's funny is when I was, first of all, yeah, great question. It is the hardest thing that you can do as a man, I think, besides like problems down there, which
Well, what about
I don't have
war?
any. I'm not, never been to war, but here's the thing. It sucks. I was with this like super hot chick when I was like balding and like model hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, who cares, right? I got in on the ground floor. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? And then like after a couple of years, like we're fighting a bunch, unrelated to my hair, but we broke up. So then now that was the hardest because now I'm single and now it's like real bad.
Sure.
And so it was hard. It was tough and like held on for like a long time. And then one day I just got like really drunk and shaved it. And then I like went and like met my friend for lunch, and she was like, "That looks way better." And I was
Oh,
like,
really? You look great. Yeah, you have a good bald head.
Thank you. Yeah. It was just the in between part that was so.
It's
very rounded.
Brutal. It's so brutal. But once you do it and you get over with it, then you become like some chicks like fetishes sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's worked out after I shaved it, but that like the couple of years of like leaving that relationship and like dating with it is like and because it's so hard to be like we don't like there's not a lot of sympathy for like bald like they call you racist, they call you creepy, like there's so many names. Like my girlfriend will sometimes forget that I'm like we went out the other night with one of her girlfriends and her like friend went to the bar to get drinks and her friend came back, she's like, "Oh my god, that guy just hit on me." And my girlfriend was like, "Ooh, the bald one?" I was like, "What the fuck?" Like what?
I've also seen women use like this is for short as well, where they're like, oh, like if a guy just does anything, whatever, that's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, don't worry about it, he's balding. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Right.
we're humans.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know what the female equivalent to balding would be. If like a tit started to slowly
Bloating.
fall.
But you go to the
Sorry.
gym though.
No, for a girl.
But I'm saying she can go to the gym if she really wants. I
could.
can't. There's no amount of push-ups that's going to bring this back.
Do you have
I
a
think
joke?
Mitchell was
I'm
trying to
sorry.
set something
I was
up.
about
and
to
you,
set something up.
No,
and
do
you-
it again.
that was a
Reset
joke that
it.
you wrote. Go ahead.
Reset
for
it.
bloating.
Well,
I was
you're
gonna
setting
say
up a
it's like
joke.
I was gonna say it's like if a woman's tits slowly started to fall off and then they were just left. Well, I'll say with both tits, they were just tits fall off,
Right.
and then they just don't have tits.
Mine was
That's
funnier.
like the equivalent.
That wasn't that funny.
I'm not saying it's funny, but that's what it is. That would be like the equivalent of
No,
balding.
because also there's no like what you were saying. Like there's no advice for it either, right? If you were like go on Google and be like, I'm losing my hair. Like, what do I do? And they're just like, yeah, start working out and get tattoos. That's like the only thing that they.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. If you lose your tits, it's like, yeah, well, your tits are gone. Then
They have
well,
chin implants.
Yeah.
They're like tits fall off.
yeah. And you'll
Like
never
a
get it
raindrop?
back. Yeah. Okay,
She
you-
takes her
okay.
bra off and they're just stuck in the bra.
It's melted in there like silly putty.
Okay, but you can get fake tits. You can get fake hair. You can get a toupee.
Oh, come on.
And
No,
I know.
it's
I'm
not
not
the
saying.
same.
Of course, they're not.
Well,
Same with fake tits. They're not the same.
I say this because one, you have the beard fills in nice, which is
you.
great. That bald and beard looks good.
You got to, yeah.
We don't have the beard option. We
Right.
got hair transplants.
We got stubble. Though.
You already did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is all. This
You
is,
guys did? You guys got.
This is hair transplant.
All
Yeah.
three of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go for another round.
You
We're
guys-
going to,
Really?
You guys
I-
can't
I
do
mean, I did
beards
too when
either?
I first started doing it. Now look.
Did you do the big
this is
strip
your-
one?
No, I didn't get it done.
Oh,
I was
okay.
trying
I
to
was
freak you
looking, I was
guys
like,
out.
I'd love to.
I was trying to freak you guys out.
No, but because I went through. I understand that. Although I was also.
Can we pull up the photo of Sean so Justin knows?
I think.
Well, I knew you back then. I remember seeing it when it was
Yeah.
like that because I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
I was like, yours wasn't as bad, and I was like, oh, that's
And that was the thing. Mine was like I was balding worse than them.
Yeah.
So I was like,
his was bad.
I was looking at them and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why am I balding? So I like was going. I almost Britney Spears. I almost shaved the whole thing off.
yeah. Let me see.
It was better.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I've had people who've done it and it doesn't look that great.
Well, I
They
don't
did a
think
great
I don't
job.
think we would have good bald heads because
Right.
we have very large foreheads.
Yeah.
But can we get the rank chip on there, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, there, Sean.
That's the worst photo of me ever.
Oh wow.
That's my.
That's-
you gotta,
Wait, let me see.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait, do you do like the ones like the individual ones where they
Yes.
do?
yeah,
Did it hurt?
follicular unit.
it was more
extraction.
uncomfortable than anything else, but
Doesn't hurt at all.
That is probably
wor-
my least favorite photo of all
The worst
time.
part is the itching. That's otherwise it does not hurt at all.
See, that's the phase that I'm talking about right here.
The
It's either-
in-between.
It's either this or that. That is what sucks because there's
Yeah.
a certain level of like not I don't want to say impish, but like sort of like like bald guys, you're like, oh, that guy's probably like secure, or like guys with hair, you go, oh, but there's like that when it's like that, there's a certain level of like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
when you're
100%.
trying, when the one when you're trying to hold on is
Yeah.
when it looks worse.
Totally,
Whereas
yeah.
at least if you make a commitment and you just shave it, it's like, you know what? At least he's committed.
That's what
Can
it
you pull
is.
up-
But
can
you know
pull up a photo of U.S. Congressman Brad Sherman?
Okay.
Because this is exactly what we got a
It would
letter in
be
the
easy,
mail.
it would
Sorry.
be easier if you did it.
Probably would've been easier to do
what
that,
I was gonna
but-
say is it's funny because through that process when I was hooking up with the most girls.
Yeah.
Because I think
This guy?
Yeah, can we go to full images, please?
Okay.
That bottom quadrant, that third, the blue one. Can we get that blue one?
This one.
The blue one? That one.
Oh, this guy?
Like this is what I'm talking about, where it's like
Yeah.
the sides are so long.
Right.
It's hard to zoom in on here, but
Unless you're like a character actor.
it's just too much.
If you're like on The Office
Like,
or
just
like
shave
on a
it.
show, like that's great. But if, like for just normal day life, yeah, it's like you gotta cut it.
Thank
I mean,
you,
it's a
thank
look.
you, Jewish Journal, for the photo.
Yeah, but
got-
like like I said, I think girls see it as like, oh, like I can get them while they're not while they're down, but like the prey is weak. Like they know they're balding. I know I'm balding.
Interesting.
So I thought it was like oh, maybe I can lock him down because he's
Yeah.
he's balding.
Do you think that some girls date down because they know they have the power in the relationship?
I never thought about that before, but I guess possible.
You know, like for example, you were talking about that model. I don't know what you used to look like back in the day, but you dated that model.
Yeah.
And you're like, do you think maybe she was dating down because she's like, oh, this guy's balding, but he's not going to leave me.
He's not
a
going to go
good-looking
anywhere.
dude.
That's a good. I'm also very charming.
You're a
But
good-looking dude,
yeah, maybe I don't
Not
know.
that charming.
Well, not model balding charming.
That's what they think about me.
Well, no. I was going to say there was one girl that he dated that if you looked at all of her exes, it was that.
She had like a type.
Impish. She had a type.
I don't mean that disrespectful.
No.
But
Impish.
you know what I mean? Like not like where it's like.
Yeah. No, impish.
Who do you think?
Impish is a good.
Jay, yes.
Impish is a good word to
I
describe.
feel so shit. I didn't mean
Impish.
it like that. But like,
That's also the worst way to describe a penis. If the girl's like, oh, it's impish.
Impish.
I would feel so disgusted with myself.
flicking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
It's
look
got
at-
a pointy. It's got a pointed.
yeah. So you looked at all of her exes, and she was dating like balding guys.
No.
Oh.
Guys that
Goobers.
Goobers.
What?
Goobers that she
Wait,
could-
what's a goober?
A goober's
A
just
goober's like a Disney adult, like just a goober, a doughy.
he's a goofball.
Let's
He-
go down Main Street and take a picture. We got the like a goober dude.
Like you
A
guys want to
guy-
go grounding in Sherman Oaks?
It's someone you don't really take them seriously.
It's a goofy guy who you can be very comfortable with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But you would never actually date seriously.
I'm just looking at y'all's hair the whole time
yeah,
now.
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll show you all the pictures.
Where did you guys go? Was it here in America?
Beverly
Beverly
Hills.
Hills.
Yeah.
Really?
The next
expensive?
next one's in Turkey though, for sure.
There's pros and cons. Beverly Hills, we paid $13,000 each.
That's
it's
not
a lot.
bad.
No, not horrible, and that's with plasma treatment. But they you don't have to cut your hair. They just shave the back and the sides, but you can keep all the hair on top.
Right.
So they'll plug it in. If you go to Turkey, they can do way more grafts, but they're shaving your head, and you're gonna be bald and growing it back in for a little bit.
But don't they say there's like a percentage, there's a high chance that it won't take and it will just.
No.
Really?
Not with this new.
Not with the new way, because the
If,
hair.
if it was a strip way where they used to cut just a big chunk
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
the backside,
Yeah.
that was harder for it to take.
Jeff,
you're
when
little-
did you get yours done?
Jeff's just blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born with great hair and I'm 6'7". Yeah.
But no, you're right. It's hard to deal with, and like I said, like when I was like, I forgot how like what year it was, but like I went to like Bosley, you know what I mean? I was like, let me just check it out, and they were like, it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, it's gonna be. I think they quoted me like 50 grand or something back
I'm
then.
looking at yours, and like for us, it's thin in the middle.
Yeah.
But yours is like there's not even a fucking hair follicle.
Well,
on
I
yours.
shaved today. In like 2 days, this is like really thick. Like this,
Yes.
I actually grew it out during pandemic. It was hilarious.
The sides, but you
Yeah.
can see the sides are
sides in the back, but then there's
the
nothing.
top is there's nothing.
But then there'll be like a little thing right here, like a little swoop right here.
No, ours isn't like our family's not that like genetically not that bad.
Right.
Like yours is just straight.
Done.
Yeah, horseshoe.
Yeah, that was like the joke growing up. As my mom was like, "Don't worry, you're never gonna go gray. You'll never. No one has gray hair in our family." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I didn't know it was like they never made it.
bald.
Right.
Yeah.
They never made it.
That's funny.
It's like you asshole.
Going back to your point, what is the equivalent of a balding man? You wanted to say a female equivalent? I'll say it's like a
The moment's passed.
Well, no, it's
Say it again.
It's like a girl that's like 35 in Los Angeles that's trying to find her life partner. That's kind of what the equivalent. See, there's a little snicker there. That's
Well, I
funny.
did
Got like two kids.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just looking for my one, and it's like,
I do think putting life partner on your Hinge profile is an aggressive move.
Right.
It's like, that's it. I'm finding the one. It's like, okay, cool. You could just put long-term relationship that ends up turning into that.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
life partner is like a
That's a red flag.
long-
It's like you
term-
figured out how to be annoying in a profile.
Right. In words. Do you guys do it together? Do you guys have like one with all three of you on there? Or you guys have separate ones?
We did try to do a triplet.
Triplet one is great.
Whole website is this?
Yeah.
We did try to do a triplet dating profile, but they removed it. And they banned Sean. They banned Sean can't use one of the dating apps.
Yeah.
We did it a
Because
long
you were
time.
the most bald.
He's the most impish.
Ambition
goobers.
bald? No, thank you.
No goobers.
No, I was.
He's a goober.
I'd use my profile to make the triple,
main
and
one.
they banned my number.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Wait, you still can't?
No, I had to either. I tried to use one of the, like Google phone numbers, like
That's
you just,
crazy.
or I just have a friend who's married. I use his phone number.
Meanwhile, girls can like solicit OnlyFans on
Yeah,
there.
there's
Yeah, I
like
know, right?
I'll see the same girl like 60 times with
Yeah.
a new OnlyFans account on there.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Men are
crazy.
treated so unfairly in this country. It's
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
I like
time
that
for
your married
dudes.
friend lets you use it. Honey, it's just for my bud.
yeah.
Well, they met on
They
Bumble.
met on dating app. They
Oh,
met on
did
Bumble.
they?
Yeah.
If anybody can appreciate it, it's them.
No, life partner is definitely a red flag.
No
Like,
hookups.
Life partner is a red flag because it sounds too desperate.
Yeah, no hookups is a red flag.
Yeah, that's a big red flag.
Just because, like, even if you don't want to hook up, that's okay. You don't have to hook up. But just that, like, rigidness to, like, even put it on there,
Yeah.
it speaks volumes of the personality.
and also, hold on, what does that mean? When you see that, what does that mean to you?
Goodbye.
Because to me, if I see that, I go, okay, you were either hooking up with someone and you got burned, or you've misread a couple situations, and
Yeah.
like that's what I see. When I
Either
see
way,
that.
it's your trauma.
It's your problem. Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're that rigid to be like, I'm going to do this, but, like, I'm not even open, not even considering, like, kissing you on the front, whatever. It's just like, I don't know. Like, the vibe out there is already off.
Stern.
Well, it's also like if,
Yeah,
if you
controlling.
Need, if you need to blatantly say that up top, it shows that like, all right, you didn't have boundaries in your previous,
Yeah. And you're
Relationships.
overcorrecting.
and you're
Yes.
overcorrecting now to like somebody who doesn't even know you,
Right.
And you're just like, no hookups. It's like, all right, like
I didn't say I
wasn't
wasn't
even
with you.
thinking about it.
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
even I wasn't even on it
I was
until
going
you
to say
said
you
it.
want to have coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if I
exactly.
like you yet.
Right. Can
Like,
we talk first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might not be worthy of this impish cock.
Yeah. I'm not going out for coffee unless I know exactly what we are.
You're right.
Yeah.
To be fair, Alex does that. Though.
That
Alex,
sounds familiar,
Alex
yeah.
won't meet up with a chick unless they
Well-
agree to either whatever.
His profile's only hookups.
No. Well, there's some. I'd be more open to a relationship now, but it's also like, hey, if you're like purely wanting a long-term life partner or relationship, I'm not your guy, and I know that, and I'm not going to waste your time.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Alex,
Yeah,
Alex,
that's
and
fair.
Alex,
Yeah,
I
think
respect that.
Yeah, thank you.
Alex and Mitchell are good luck chucks. They're the guys that you see
That is true.
before you meet somebody you're actually.
Yeah.
I did
serious
actually
about.
rehabilitators.
Yeah.
I did actually just look up one of my exes the other day on Instagram. I don't know what the term is. Orbiting, where you just
Stalking.
well, she did block me, so I had to do it from a burner account. So that's how
I was
you
outside of her
actually
apartment,
respond.
but it's just checking in on
I'll
how
just
she's
check
doing.
in. I'll just see what's going on because I'm like curious. I hope the best.
I still got her key. I just go in sometimes, see what her
Don't
apartment's
say her
like.
name, but if you could just mouth her name. So we
Is it this one?
And she just got engaged.
Is it this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
Adolf?
and she just got engaged.
No, we had a nickname for her, but
We're not gonna say it. But she got engaged, so I'm happy for
Nice.
her.
Whoa!
My ex just got engaged to a bald dude.
Hey, started the trend.
Let's go.
Score one for the bald dude.
boys. But yeah, my girlfriend now, she's like, oh, that guy's hot, but it'll be like a bald guy, and I'll like take pride in it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
you started
Yeah,
the trend.
Started the time.
It's like if we see one of our exes with another short king. It's like, yes. Get rid of those tall fucks. Those fucking
Tall
oaf
dudes with
gir-
great hair.
Those fucking oaf giraffes. They
Yeah, those guys suck.
just lumber around.
Well, you guys been dating for what, like a couple years?
4.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, 2020. So it was like peak pandemic
Right
relationship.
before, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, had I known.
you gonna
Yeah, probably.
Finger it
up?
Yeah. I'll probably put a finger in her too. Yeah, why not? She's
Give her the shocker.
It's her birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Well, you guys live together, right?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so what is the biggest adjustment with living with a woman?
I think our like sleeping, the sleep thing. Like
Yeah.
she like we have a you share a bed. So if like I'm like I want to go to bed early, and she doesn't want to go to bed early, and it's like I get woken up. And if I have like a 6 a.m. flight or a 5 a.m. flight, then I got to wake her up. And then I think the sleeping thing is is rough.
See, there's been times where I don't sleep with anybody in my bed. And there's times where I don't even want to sleep in my bed. And there's times where I have a futon in my room and I'll sleep on the futon if I'm not. Yeah. If I can't fall asleep in my bed, I'll move to the futon and hopefully fall asleep there.
Why would you not want to sleep in your bed?
Because sometimes I can't fall asleep in there. You got to switch it up. For some reason, I can pass out on my futon. I don't know what it is.
It is a comfy futon.
It's a very comfy futon. But a lot of people have slept on.
For me, I would my sleeping arrangement with a girl, like a girl I'm dating seriously, separate beds, but we have a fuck bed. 3 beds total.
Yeah, I mean
3 beds.
It's like an I Love Lucy situation where you guys are both and you just yeah. I think the sleeping thing is the hardest because there are some like where I'm like I don't have a show tonight, I don't have anything to do. Like I would love to go to bed at like 10 and just get like a good night's sleep. But she like works nights and she's like super night, so it's like 3 a.m. and the lights are on and she's banging around like well I'm not, or I'm like I'm not going to go to bed early because I know at like 1 or 2 I'm going to get woken up anyway. So like I'm just staying. Like if you look at my Fitbit like sleep schedule, it's like 3 a.m. for like the last like 2 years.
Yikes! Yikes!
And it'll be like
putting in that work.
So it's that I think, and it'll be like, or I'll have to be up at like 5 to catch the Uber for a flight, you know. And then my alarm goes off, and she's like, "Turn the alarm off." And I was like, "Well, you came into bed 2 hours ago. Like this isn't my fault.
It's not your fault."
Yeah. So I think that's the big thing. But other than that, it's pretty great.
So you didn't have a separate bedroom?
We don't have a separate. That's why I was asking about the 2-bedroom. I would love that second.
A 2-bedroom would be nice.
So nice.
Yeah, we just got one right now, and I bought a king size bed. It's the best purchase I've ever made. The king size bed, but it's her and it's the dog, and yet somehow I'm just like always on the side of the edge of the bed, like every night.
Never enough room.
You let
Never.
a dog sleep in your bed?
Yeah.
We're very anti-dog
red flag.
sleeping in
Yeah, that's like I'll die on that hill with this one. Normally, I understand, but Luke, like, dude, it's
kind of
like,
dog? Was it
it's
your
like
dog
a
you
Maltese poodle? Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
your dog you brought in?
Yeah, I took him on the road for like 4 years, so he like would be like in
following Drew.
hotel
Another
rooms.
dog?
Yeah. So
I think it's.
I can't sleep without him. I spoon him.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like your little heater for
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like anybody or anything in my bed.
Really?
Honestly.
He doesn't shed. He doesn't like. He doesn't have any.
That's
it's
nice.
good.
If I was gonna
Yeah,
have a
they
dog
still
in my bed,
smell.
it has to be like a doodle
hypoallergenic.
or something. Yeah, whatever.
It's great.
Whatever the term is.
Hypo-
I will say that would be the only way I could have somebody constantly in my bed is if it was like a king or California king.
Oh, it's the best purchase ever.
That way you're just like you have your space. Even
Yeah.
if they move around, you can't really feel it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they're like, I'm in my queen size bed right now, and like if they, and I always get self conscious because whatever, we share a hotel room for most of our gigs,
Right.
And they usually come with T queens, right?
Yeah.
So we usually bunk up together, and then one person gets the bed by themselves. And it's like, if one of us just moves in the night, then we're up. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, the sleeping thing's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were on the road, like, it was Drew, his wife, his assistant, the film guy, and me. So sometimes it would be like 5 people.
Y'all
In
sleep
one
the same
room?
bed?
It normally not, but there have been those gigs, where there's like a bed, a couch, a cot, and where it's just like a big slumber
Gotta
party.
make do.
Gotta make do. Yeah, it'll be like a really nice like hotel.
Come on, Drew, you got 2 million subscribers.
But you're on a
What's going on?
cot. Yeah. But sometimes that's all it is. Like if you're at some cities, it's like this is what we have.
Yeah.
Get an extra hotel room.
But at the same time, it's not available.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know?
sometimes sold out.
Yeah,
And you just
sometimes-
have the one room the club has.
The club, or it'll be like,
Airbnb.
maybe Airbnb. Yeah.
We
We
do
do
Airbnbs.
Do you?
Yeah. There's if we can get a hotel room, we'll do it, and like if we can get the queen beds, we'll do it. But like there's sometimes if we're on the road for like our one thing was like 17, 18 days straight.
Yeah.
If we don't get our separate rooms after a little bit of
Yeah,
time,
you
we
start-
will literally kill each other.
Yeah. I mean, in Drew's defense, 99% of the time it's like 5-star hotels where I'm in my own. Yeah.
But
Every
you were
now
just
and
saying
then.
he's super cheap.
Yeah.
Are
He
the
invoices me for every meal.
Yeah.
are the Airbnb situation like are Airbnbs like bad now? Like I don't they cost like as much as hotels or worse?
Sometimes when you go to like hodunk shitholes, like, you know, the nicest place will be a Fairfield Inn, but it's also like the Airbnbs in some spots are super, super affordable. So like for an extra $50 or $100, we can have our own room, a living room, whatever else. So we're like, all right, we'll just eat the
we were
cost.
in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Been there.
You know, it was
fun town.
We got an Airbnb. We each had our own bedroom, and it was like, okay, we're on the water. It's like it's like a little bit more expensive than a hotel room would have been for however many nights we're there. But it's
Yeah.
like we each get our own bedroom. We have a kitchen. We have all this shit. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
They
worth
just
it.
they just fuck you over on the cleaning fees. Because they can
cleaning
charge
fees
whatever
are
they want for
stupid.
cleaning fees, and then like sometimes that's more than the rooms.
Can't you dispute that though?
Not
Well, no,
after the
we've never
mess
considered
they've
that.
made.
What?
Yeah,
I said not after the mess they've made.
A lot
No,
of cuddle puddles on those beds, Jeffy.
I will say I've probably jerked off in every single Airbnb I've been to. I'm not proud of that.
Mitchell is a serial
Well, if we have our own room.
masturbator.
Well,
in these,
listen.
and pretty much every place we go.
I don't fuck on the road.
No, we know.
So,
We know. You beat me by 1 second.
so you know that's my way of getting. I'm like a Johnny.
You ever see
I'm like a
those-
Johnny Appleseed of Airbnb.
You ever see those dogs right before they get neutered where they just keep humping everything? That's Mitchell the second he gets in his Airbnb, he just has to fucking jerk off into his hand.
I have a question. Why don't you hook up on the road?
It's just not worth it.
What do you mean?
Unless
He
there's
can't pull. Is what he said.
there's been a couple times where I've been in relationships and not just whatever
You
timing wise.
haven't been in a relationship in fucking
No, there was a
years.
Jai Tai, there was a hot milk
There
he
was
could
a
have.
fucking that one I kind of
Which was the previous ex you just mentioned.
who's now getting engaged. Congrats. But also it's just like all right, I've never really been a one night stand guy anyways. So for me it's just like
No
okay,
hookups.
cool. What?
No hookups.
Yeah, no hookups. It's just not that worth it for me. I don't know.
It also, we don't.
I've had some STD scares too, and that always fucks me.
Oh, yeah.
That fucks me up in my head. So.
Sometimes it's
And
not.
Mitchell loves jerking off into his hand.
Yeah.
He loves just fucking his hand.
Right. Because it's
Why have a
masturbating?
hot woman when you can
Right,
just fuck
right.
your hand?
Well, I will say there's not always hot women available. And also,
I've been to Hot Springs.
yeah,
I know.
sometimes it's also just like, all right, we're sharing a hotel room. Do you have your own spot? I'm 30 minutes out of town. Yeah, that's not happening.
No, I get it. Yeah. I was just asking if it was like a personal preference or if it was.
It is. I mean, I would make exceptions if they're like smoke shows,
Sure.
but
Sure.
I don't know. I haven't.
You hear
What?
that, lucky ladies? Mitchell will only hook up with you if you meet his standards. Then he'll break the rules.
But otherwise,
There's
it's
no
like
hookups.
I don't know. It's just like
He'll rate you like his middle school kids.
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth the hassle.
No, totally. It's always a problem. It always ends up being a headache in some
It's always a
capacity.
headache.
Yeah.
There's always like I mean, I get a lot of anxiety with that.
Because
shit, so-
STDs?
That
Get
I mean,
one, and then you're like, just
You've never actually had one.
Oh, they're fine.
I've
Most
never
of them,
actually-
90% of them are
but I've had
fine.
scares. I just don't want to deal with it.
Scares.
Oh, dude, most of them are just
You-
like a pill and a shot.
Yeah, usually that's what it is. I
Yeah.
got a couple of those. And I just don't like.
Oh,
that.
you actually got it?
No. Well, yeah, I had to get a shot in the ass.
Because you got an STD?
No, well,
Preemptive.
preemptive.
Oh.
That's why he doesn't hook up on the road anymore because he took that shot in the ass.
No, that was actually from a chick out in
To live, you
Westlake.
must almost die, Mitchell.
Sure, but
At the door.
whatever. It's Josh.
door. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're still going, but we have a couple more minutes. But
Just get the door from.
It won't be funny without me. I'm
Right,
sorry.
right.
I get, but that's the thing. It's like I just don't go out of my way for it. It just somehow works out. Then I'll do it. But otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm just like it's not like a priority for me.
he's got a erectile dysfunction.
Oh, so it's easier to just do it yourself.
Usually, if I'm on the road, it's like I would rather just hang out,
Yeah.
and drink and hang with my buddies than
Totally.
like go and
Yeah,
plow.
no, I get that. Yeah, I get that for sure.
Therapy dogs.
Therapy dogs, yeah.
Whatever you can hang out
Oh,
with.
there's no like better feeling after doing a show. Like I'm gonna go back to the hotel room and just snuggle my dog and watch Avengers movies. Like I get it. Trust me. Yeah. Versus chasing some audience member around Arkansas all night, hoping that she'll touch my penis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not worth it. But that MILF in Seattle that wanted to, she like made it very clear.
A MILF, you messed up because then that would have been
Oh.
there would have been no nothing.
She was like, yeah,
Easy.
it was
Easy.
a
Nice transaction.
that was one. I mean, granted, I was in a relationship at the time, and I still enjoyed the time I had with her. But boy, that if I was more of a piece of shit, that would have been easily.
The setup was that every now and then, if the audience is being rowdy, we'll just go, oh, okay, let's play a game with someone like fuck, marry, kill with the three of us, and we'll just fuck around with it. She comes up out of the go. She goes. She just looks Mitchell dead in the eyes. She's like, "You're the one I wanted to fuck."
Oh,
It could not have been more obvious.
layup.
Layup.
Wow.
And Mitchell went, "I can't do it! Oh my god! Wow, you're beautiful! Wow!"
And she looks at the bald one and was like, kill for sure.
Yeah, no, truly.
I sheepishly said, "I have a girlfriend." She's
No,
like,
I mean,
"What was that?"
girlfriends, that's fine.
Exactly.
I was single on a road one time in like Louisiana, and like these swingers like approached me, and I was like so like new to comedy that I was like, it freaked me out. I was like,
yeah.
oh, but now I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, I would have done that. Yeah,
I can't mess with that. Anybody that has like a partner or a couple, I'm not touching that. I don't trust it.
now I'd be like, yeah, who cares? Like this guy can watch.
Now it seems so common that it's like,
Yeah.
especially with swingers,
Nah.
like they know the deal where it's like, yeah, you're just
Yeah,
You're
just
funny,
marry my
who cares?
wife.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. You were
Who cares?
funny. She thought you were funny. Marry my wife.
I can't do that. That's how you get killed, man. That's how someone.
No. If it's the other way around where they don't tell you about it and then like you walk into the house and the husband's there, that's how you get killed. But
That's
if it's
scary,
if they're openly swingers, then it's like sure.
I was so young. I was like, God, no thanks.
Yeah,
And
I
now
don't
I'm like,
trust it.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust it at all. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those pussies that needs like a personal connection before I have sex with you.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of those guys.
That's good.
And no,
He's got a great
it
connection with
sucks.
his hand.
Yeah.
Really, I'm thoroughly connected with my hand.
Justin, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
I thought Sean was going to come back in the chair, but I,
I think
guess
he
not.
quit. I think I'm the
Sean
third triplet
retired
now.
off him.
Yeah.
Gonna
He's
push
imagining
that
his
back
life.
a
Left
little
the
bit.
show, yeah.
Just so it's not in your way. Tell us about your special. Plug your special.
Oh,
All your
yes.
socials. I know you got a new Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram. I was trying to help out a friend. I got my Instagram hacked.
God, that sucks.
The new one is at the Justin Foster, THE Justin Foster, and then YouTube is also the Justin Foster. And my comedy special will be out in a few weeks on there, and you can watch it, and it's really funny and great. And we record it here at the Fourth Wall in
Let's go.
Los Angeles. So,
Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
Have you chopped up clips and everything yet for it?
Not yet. It's getting color corrected right now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So when you got hacked,
Yeah.
because I was going to ask you
You
about
want to tell
this
the
before.
story really fast?
Sure. Yeah.
A comic messaged me. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I usually get up at like 10 or 11. I was like super early. I had like to fly out that day, and I got a message, and I just rolled out of bed. I hadn't meditated. I hadn't eaten coffee, nothing. And I saw it. Hey Justin, hope you're doing well. I'm up for this comedy contest. He's like, will you vote for me? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. He's like, all right, I'll just text you the link. He's like, in fact, I know you're busy. You don't even have to fill it out.
Oh, no.
He just copy the link and send it back to me, so I'll send it to my sponsor guy, the guys that are sponsoring the contest. I was like, all right, great. I don't want to click on the link anyways. Get a text from a number I don't know. I guess it must not have his number saved. Copy the link, send it back to him, and I'm immediately I'm getting like notifications. I'm locked out of my account.
Oh my God.
The text was from Instagram, and the link was to reset my password.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and so
That's so that's crazy that broke. Damn.
isn't
So
that wild? Because I'm older, but I'm not like grandpa that doesn't know technology.
I would have fallen for that shit.
Of course, at 6 a.m. without any sort of like, you just like roll over and you start doing shit. So, I guess the lesson is don't help out anyone.
I was going to say, first mistake was vote for me in a comedy contest. No.
Yikes.
Don't help out your friends. Yeah.
No.
And so I was locked out, and then, in a few
was the
days,
friend?
it was still, I'm not going to say, but I saw him at the improv Christmas party. He was like, hey, man. I was like, I know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I know. But every time.
Will you tell me off camera?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, sick.
But Dave Chappelle. But
perfect.
But yeah, so that was it. So they deleted my account. Years and years of followers and content's just
that.
gone within a day. It was like it's such a first world.
So you
Like
can't get it back?
I
There's
couldn't
like,
get it back. If they delete it on the inside, which is he did because he was messaging my friends to scam them, and so many people were like, no.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, it's burnt, and he shut it down.
That's
so
so
is there
fun.
there's no way to get your account
No
back
recourse?
from?
No,
He tried, dude.
I tried.
It's been
Yeah,
years.
I started
my God.
over. It's been about 6 months.
Has it been at least nicer to reset your algorithm?
very
Because I feel
nice,
like
yeah.
we've been stuck in this weird
Yeah.
where like we'll have occasional pops and then just like I don't know what it is, we just hit a wall.
I had 3 videos go viral on the new account.
I saw that, yeah, yeah.
A couple of one 4.5, 1 million. So like that was pretty cool to start over fresh. I guess there was listening, but just like all the people I've lost along the way, like I would never know.
Even just the content.
And like famous comedians that were like following me that like don't follow me anymore because they don't,
they don't know.
or they weren't famous. Now they are.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's unfortunate.
but here we are.
Well, you made it to the Virzi Triplets podcast, so that helps.
So God is good.
Jeff, you want to plug your socials, and then we'll wrap this up?
Hell yeah. Jeff Zinasek on everything. Join my mailing list. I'm trying to do more tour stuff, so hit me
Jeff
up on
had
there.
Jeff had a viral
Zinasek.
clip too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Not on my page, but great.
It's his stand-up that went viral.
Justin, plug yours real quick again.
The Justin Foster, Instagram and YouTube.
Sick. And check out a special cheat date when it comes out on his YouTube channel. I'm sure he'll be posting a bunch of clips. We're obviously at the Virzi Triplets. We got some shows, local shows, especially in California coming up. We'll be in Minneapolis in March.
Malibu, we got Thousand Oaks.
Simi Valley, very local shows.
Yeah.
And then we'll be in Minneapolis in March as of now, but we got plenty of dates coming up, so check out the website and all these socials. Justin, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
Sorry
for having
Sean
me.
couldn't make it back.
It's better this way.
It
Yeah,
is,
thanks, guys.
honestly. Believe me, we've been saying for a while. Thank you guys. Later.
Bye.